The NFL is on EA Sports, and we are in Silicon Valley at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. Dan Bailey now to put the ball in the air, and we are underway from Santa Clara. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Black 80!
Check 24, check 24.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. Yes, a nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
At the 29-yard line.
Here we go,
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Hey, alert! Alert! Alert!
On second down, a run with Breida. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy, let him pick up the first down.
Here we go.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On first down, here's Breida. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Garoppolo gives to Breida. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Here we go.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
Check three.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Once again, they run with Breida on 1st down. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here we go. 180. Come on.
Out of the shotgun, Breida. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go. 8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. On 3rd down, a run from Breida. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And this one is right down the middle. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Check. Spawn. Check 52.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Tackle that time by Jarquiski Tart. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
In your 6-6. Pull it hard.
Cousins gives way to Cook, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Gun.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And this is Cook with the ground. Room here to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
1st down, Vikings.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 46. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Bring the high. There it is.
54 Mike. You got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
Gun.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Past the 20. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. A big play there out of Cook. 41 yards on the ground. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. They'll run for it with Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook taking it in. And the Vikings have taken the lead. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive. And how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Here we go.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Breida, he'll try the right side. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
11. Go ahead.
This is Breida. And an alley to run. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Hey, 4 down.
Now it's Breida. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get them first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. The tackle goes to Harrison Smith. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Touchdown, 49ers! Matt Breida, 46 yards. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Cook. Cook with a first down and much more. He's at the 30, 20. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Vikings have once again taken the lead. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A two-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived? Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go!
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go, here we
The
go, here we go.
49er offense set to get this drive underway. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. Running out of the gun here, Breida. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. They'll set up a screen for Breida. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
13, 11.
They run with Breida. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
They run for it with Breida. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Kyle Shanahan, an offensive mind, but his guys stopped up short. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back.
So don't say nothing. Check three.
A first down throw for Cousins. He's going to go for a big play downfield. This is caught. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They'll try to run this one in, and he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And they got the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game.
21, 49ers 10. Dan Bailey to kick off 4 minutes.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, the first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Two. Pilot, 64, weak.
Black.
Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. Deep ball for Goodwin. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback and a yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Cut. Kill.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
You got time right there.
They just do get the play off. Now Cousins. Going deep for Diggs. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. A pretty good looking run there on 1st down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. They run again with Breida. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Here's Breida. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Here we go.
Now a give coming right is Breida. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
Let's go, baby. Alert flare.
Greystone, travel.
On second down, it's Coleman. And he's going to take this down to about the 17.
Here we go.
A nice job there as he rumbles for 9. And it'll be back to a 3rd and 3. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They start the drive with Cook. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Solomon Thomas there on the tackle.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4.
I'm coming for you, son.
Again, it's Cook. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
I think it's pretty easy to say this is a ginormous 3rd down opportunity here for the defense. And I'm just going to tell you, Brandon, from my experiences, what you're saying in the huddle to each other is all the right things. Read your keys. Do your job. But the biggest one, you don't have to do more. Just do what you can do, and you can make this play.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this punt sails over the sideline, and the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. 1st down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Wait. Hey, gun.
To throw is Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Marquise Goodwin, 64 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. So certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a two-point conversion. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Space to maneuver at the 40. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 71 yards. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and oh, he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic. A lot of fun to watch.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he elects not to bring this one out as his guys will take over at the 25.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. On first down, Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw, it's Garoppolo. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin.
Here we go, here we go. 20.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
11. I got you.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. Garoppolo. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete.